Guys, what's going on? And welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Hollywood Chatter. So you know Taraji, if you didn't hear about this one, she said something about being underpaid. Her and other African-American actors being underpaid. And she's talking about Oprah in this one. So let's find out exactly what's going on. Is she really quitting acting? Is she really blaming Oprah for all of it? Oprah's name yet again coming up in something like this. So let's find out what's going on, guys.
Almost had to walk away from Color Purple. Yes, ma'am. Who said what? Yes, ma'am.
For the pay?
Yes, ma'am. Because you know what? If I don't take a stand, how am I making it easy for Fantasia and Danielle and Hallie and Felicia? I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over.
I had to give up 3 years of vacation in order to do it.
Taraji Henson has joined a long list of black actresses in calling out Oprah Winfrey for lowballing them. But Taraji went a step further and revealed she almost walked away from the new Oprah-produced remake of The Color Purple because they tried to pay her scraps. Taraji broke down during a recent interview with Oprah's best friend, Gayle King, and said she's even considering quitting acting for good because she's tired of still being forced to beg for fair pay. And Taraji isn't the first one to talk about this either. You probably remember how Monique was demonized after exposing Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Lee Daniels for blackballing her. And they labeled her as difficult just because she refused to do an unpaid movie tour. Fans are now saying it's disgraceful how Oprah, the richest black woman in the world, has never used her voice on prominent projects where black women have complained about pay. But that just goes to show there's no such thing as a good billionaire. But what exactly did Taraji reveal about Oprah and The Color Purple? Let's get into it.
It seems every time I do something and I break another glass ceiling, when it's time to renegotiate, I'm at the bottom again like I never did what I just did, and I'm just tired. I'm tired.
Oprah Winfrey, one of the producers of the new The Color Purple adaptation, is once again making headlines for all the wrong reasons.
Of course.
After one of the leading actresses in the movie, Taraji Henson, spoke out about being unfairly paid and almost walking away from this project. The new The Color Purple remake is produced by Oprah's Harpo Films, Steven Spielberg's Amblin Entertainment, SGS Pictures, and Quincy Jones Productions, the same companies that produced the 1985 film adaptation of Alice Walker's novel, where Oprah played the role of Sophia. In the new adaptation, Sophia is played by Danielle Brooks, Fantasia plays the protagonist Celie Harris, while Taraji stars as Shug Avery. Now, you'd think that someone like Taraji, who's a veteran in the industry with over 20 years of experience and countless awards and accolades, wouldn't have to fight to be paid a fair wage, especially in a movie such as The Color Purple with Oprah as the producer. And you'd also think that Oprah, with all the influence she has, would advocate for Taraji and other actresses in the movie to get what they deserve. But it turns out Oprah didn't lift a finger to help Taraji and others get paid fairly. In fact, according to Taraji, their initial offer was disrespectfully low, and they refused to budge until she threatened to walk away from the project. Well, Taraji has had enough of having to fight for what's hers, and during a recent conversation with Oprah's BFF, Gayle King, she revealed she just might quit acting for good because she's tired of still having to fight to be paid fairly. Now, Gayle tried to make light of this, but Taraji wasn't joking.
Of course, why would she even try to reason with Gayle, Oprah's freaking right-hand man, about anything? I don't understand how people still like Oprah Winfrey. I don't care who you are. If you're one of those people, you might want to click off this video right now, because I haven't liked Oprah for a long time. And every time something comes out, I'm like, of course it did. Of course it did. If this person says something, this person says something, that person says something, that person says something, when are we going to start believing? And we're going to start, saying like, oh, maybe there is something not right about Oprah. Maybe she is not a good person, as so many people have said. See, I'm getting too excited. But for so many different reasons, people have said that. So when are we going to understand it? Hey, maybe Oprah isn't who people really think she is. And they keep on trying to put the thing on her to say, she's great, she's groundbreaking, she's giving back, she's doing this. No, she's taking, she's stealing, she's buying up land in Hawaii, bought all that land up in Hawaii. She's going to sell it to the people. She's going to build on it. Those people are not going to be able to get their land back. That's another story for another day. She's doing these things to the actors. Come on, man. Come on. I haven't liked Oprah for a long time, so this doesn't surprise me.
Good because she's tired of still having to fight to be paid fairly. Now, Gail tried to make light of this, but Taraji wasn't joking, and she explained that black actresses are still underpaid, and even veterans like her have to fight for fair pay on every new project they work on.
On a black project? She doesn't like her like that.
I can't see a thing. Can anybody see anything?
But Taraji didn't stop there. On December 19th, she sat down for an hour-long interview as part of the SAG-AFTRA Foundation conversations, and she revealed that she almost walked away from The Color Purple because they tried to pay her scraps. The host praised Taraji for still having the passion and drive to reinvent herself in new projects, but Taraji says it's hard to keep the passion when you're being lowballed and underpaid.
The fight, as a black woman, we do it with so much grace and get paid half the price of what we're worth.
Now, Taraji didn't mention Oprah.
While I get it, I do get what she's saying. I just want to say this. Now hear me out. Celebrities and people that live in that world live in a different world than you and I. They do. Because I would... I'd be happy with a $500,000 payday. I ain't gonna lie to you. A $500,000 payday, I would be very, 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 very happy with that. I've never seen a $500,000 payday. Never in my life. Not up until this point, heck nah. I ain't seen a $100,000 payday. So let's get that straight. So I think that they live in a different world. And I think it's strange to me because they're so out of touch. And I get it. They're around people. For that movie, Benjamin Button, she's talking about Brad Pitt, probably got $20 million for that movie. Why she got $500,000? So I get it, because that's a big margin. That's a large gap. But coming from people who, make $100,000 a year, $500,000 for one movie that didn't take you a whole year to film is pretty good. That's pretty good. And you didn't do any backbreaking labor. And I think Denzel Washington said this, or who said this? Something about those are the real people doing the hard work. Those people out there breaking their back for $12 an hour. They work hard too. And they take a lot of crap and they don't see $500,000. I'm pretty sure Taraji got a mansion. I'm pretty sure she got a couple cars. I'm pretty sure she eats good. I'm pretty sure she has a good life. She doesn't live in an apartment. I bet that. So I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. I get the gap though. I get the gap. I get the money gap.
By name, but it seems she indirectly called her out by saying that women who have the power should use that power to help others coming behind them.
That's true.
We are to service each other. God is very clever. He put us on this earth and he made us all look different. He made it complicated. We need to figure it out. And we can. And we are.
But as you probably know, Taraji isn't the first one to suggest something like this about Oprah. And it makes sense why she doesn't want to mention Oprah by name, because we all know what happened to Monique.
Yep.
Back in 2009, Monique publicly claimed that Oprah blackballed her just because she asked to be compensated for a press tour for the movie Precious, produced by Oprah and Tyler Perry and directed by Lee Daniels. After Monique did everything her contract required, Oprah and Tyler asked her to go on a press tour overseas. However, they told her she wouldn't be paid for this. Monique turned them down, and almost instantly, headlines started popping up labeling Monique as difficult and hard to work with. And you know that getting labeled as difficult is a kiss of death in Hollywood, especially for a black woman. Monique's career never fully recovered from this, and she told Hollywood Reporter earlier this year that Oprah still owes her a public apology.
And she
if
won't
Oprah
give it
was
to you.
watching this, what would you tell her?
I would say, Oprah Winfrey, you know what you need to do, and stop hiding behind what you call was negative comments, what you call, oh, I don't even deal with things like that, because what people are beginning to do is see you for who you are.
Yes.
To make matters worse, after Oprah allegedly messed with Monique's career, she still went and exploited Monique's SA trauma for her show. During the filming of Precious, Monique confided in Oprah about being SA'd by her brother, Gerald, and her parents not believing her. So Oprah decided to invite Gerald to her show. However, she didn't tell Monique she would also invite her parents, and Monique was devastated to see how Oprah exploited her painful experience for ratings.
I shared with her that me and my mother was not talking. I shared with her we were in a really bad place. I shared with her I was hurt and, trying to figure this thing out. She never said my mother was coming on that show, because had Oprah Winfrey said, I'm gonna have your mother, I would have said, shut it down. I don't need the world seeing how greedy my mother is.
Fans are now calling out Oprah, and they're worried Taraji will be blackballed like Monique now that she publicly spoke out about almost walking out on Oprah's project over low pay. One fan wrote, Oprah being the common villain between Monique's saga of being blackballed after asking for her worth, and Taraji crying on this press tour for not being paid enough is really something. For a billionaire who started out being discriminated against, it's wild.
She forgot where she came
and
from.
Another person added, surviving the color purple. I know what Taraji is saying beyond it, but more will be revealed. But let us know in the comments how you feel about Taraji speaking out on this. And do you think Oprah should have done more to advocate for her? Comment down below.
I think people in the future, in the near future, are going to start seeing Oprah Winfrey for who she really is. I don't know Oprah personally. I don't. And you don't. All we know is all of these people can't be lying. Everybody's not a liar. Somebody doesn't have any skin in the game and is saying these things and saying what she's doing and what she has done on different avenues, calling her a bad person. Everybody's not a liar. If it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck. Look, it is a duck. It's a duck. Oprah Winfrey will be exposed. I don't know when. I don't know what for. I just hope that these people who are working in Hollywood do get their just due, because they deserve it. They do work hard, and the pay gap is probably enormous. If she's talking about she got $500,000 and says that wasn't a lot, I can only imagine there are her co-stars getting in the multi-millions. Also, it's time for some of them to start thinking in the lives of some of us. Some of us don't see $500,000 in 1 year, let alone for one project that you can do 5 of in the span of a year, in the span of 1 year. You know what I mean? I don't get $500,000 in one sitting for one project. That would take me for, I don't know. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about it in the comments, man. Let's talk down there, and I'll see you next time. Whew.